Guys, why? Why? Oh, yeah, the lighting is uchi machi. Oh, wow, this lighting is amazing. Let's go. All right here. What is going on, folks? Don't mind me. This is just bonkers. I think I just broke my headphones. So drop a like. And before I start the vacation disaster, I would like you to like this video and also subscribe for some not lit content, because after this video, I don't have that good of luck. Our family does not have that good of luck. It's not very good. So lit content would be good, but sorry, my little cousin is over and he's like stomping his feet by the door. So just drop a like and also go on my Instagram, because I'm now like, I love Instagram. It's my favorite. Snapchat, I don't really see the point of, but everybody has it, so I guess I would have it. I don't even text on it. I only use messages. The only people I do text is my one cousin and my two friends. That's it. And I don't even, just go to my Instagram. It is all lowercase, no uppercase. MA.SON 4411, no underscores. And go drop a like, because I will show you my big fish I caught. Well, there's two big fish I caught. But there's one specifically that if the one bowfin picture gets 10 likes, I will post a picture of a huge fish. Like, this is big. Probably about like something that is about 30, definitely over 30 inches, I think. We never measured it, which we should. Yeah, I should have. But, yeah. My mom was calling me. Let's get into the story time. Make sure you go check out my Instagram, please. And maybe I'm probably going to respond, because I answer, like, all my DMs. But you could only do them on my latest, because that's all I look at. I only look at my latest picture DMs. I don't look at any of my other ones. Like, right when I post one, I post like one a day. And I'll go look at it like in my meantime when I have nothing to do. And I would just go look. So maybe we could do even a collab. I don't know, but maybe you can join the Dangle Squad, because me and Nate are not doing too hot on the squad. But sorry, enough talking, and let's talk even more about the story time. This is 100% true. I already had a video posted. Wait, what? I didn't have a video posted. There's just, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, guys. I'm tired, first of all. And second of all, it's hot in here, and I'm about to have a heat stroke. It's just, alright. So first thing I'm gonna get, as you could see, guys, on this video, you're probably thinking, why the crap are you at home again? I got no footage, guys. I got no footage. Because, first of all, we weren't catching fish. And when we were catching fish, it was literally the last 2 days. And for those 2 days, I had no idea where my chest mount was at all. And it was in my back. But this is an interesting story. First off, we get a flat tire. I'll show you the clip right now. Well, guys, I said something interesting was gonna happen. we're just getting to Syracuse and we just get a flat tire. Awesome. Mom, stop. I'm not gonna show you. It's just the whole thing just ripped apart, and it stinks. I'll hopefully see you guys when we actually could get to our destination. Yeah, that's what I thought, guys. So that happened, and then we get there, all safe, we're fine. We get new tires, and the fun part comes because we only had the rim and we had to get the tire on it, the rim on the tire. So my grandpa is a very dangerous person and he likes to fix stuff. And he put lighter fluid on the tire to make it expand and threw a lighter on it. And hopefully thinking that he won't burn anything down. He didn't burn anything down. Everything was fine, but it did not work at all. Look, it didn't even catch on fire. What is lighter fluid? It doesn't even work. He was literally putting it on his hand, the lighter fluid, and he was like wiping it on the tire. I'm like, and you're thinking about putting a match on? No, you're not doing that. That was nothing compared to what's actually gonna happen. And then a day later, me and my dad go out, and both the motor just is dead. So we go back, we get the battery, and we're far away. So we had to do a 20-minute drive back, and then 20-minute drive back to the fishing spot. And then my grandpa didn't catch anything, so he went, and we were sitting there till the bite was good, which is like 7:30 to right when it gets dark. Is the best time to bass fish. And so me and my dad were fishing and didn't catch a donkey. We only caught a single bass, and my dad caught that. And we go back because it's getting dark. You know, there's a huge wavelet, boom, boom. It's dark. It is extremely choppy, and we're boom, boom. Can't see the bottom, but you know what we do have? We had a fish finder, and it's literally a plain 6 to 10 feet, which that's a lot. That's pretty deep for a boat, our size. And all of a sudden, I'm like this is all within a 4-second time span, and we're going at least 20 to 25 miles an hour, and I just see this light spot, or dark spot, and all of a sudden, I looked back to tell my dad that there's a big rock, and there's no time. It was only I had 2 seconds before I knew that it was actually a rock. I look back, and my dad, it's one of those motors where you hold it, and oh my God, it was the scariest moment of my life. We hit the rock, the motor flew up, but we didn't have it straight attached because you don't want to do that. People could lock it or not lock it. You don't want to lock it because if you hit a rock, it'll just rip the whole back of the boat off. And luckily, we did not have the back locked, or else that whole back of the boat would have got torn off. It was by far the scariest moment. We were teetering on the rock, and then he just gunned it. We heard the propeller screeching, and I was just sitting there looking, I didn't even know what to do. My dad was about to jump overboard because we were scared, and it's a river with huge barges, and you don't really want to jump. And then we got off the teetering rock, and we heard bubbling noises, and I'm like, are we sinking? And we weren't sinking. It was just, I guess the motor does that, because I noticed every time it puts the motor down, it starts bubbling, which I think it takes in water for the motor to run, but the motor wasn't, my mom wasn't answering her phone, but we were fine. The boat's fine now. It only has like a ginormous dent in the motor, but as long as we're okay, that's all that really matters. And what else happened? And after that happened, there's nothing that bad that happened until 3 days later. I'm probably gonna miss some stuff. Oh, and my grandpa hit a rock, but it wasn't as bad as what we did. What else? There's so much stuff, like I don't even know what to start off with. Wait, there's something. I just can't think of it. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. I'm just having a brain fart, and I literally forgot. There's something else that happened, I totally forgot. But I'll tell you, like, there's 4 more other things. This one hurt me, like, it hurt me bad. Because for one reason, actually 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. We weren't catching crap. Like, we were catching bass and stuff, but nothing big that I will show you guys. I mean, I did catch a pretty darn big pike, but we were going for bass. And I'm like, Dad, they're out deep. And by this time, it was already like 4 days later, and we're only at 6 days up there. So we have 2 days left. And I'm like, Dad, if you want to go for smallmouth, they're out deep. Wherever the guppies are, which are these small little minnows that, they're not minnows, but they're like this big. And that's what the smallmouth eat on. And that's why they're so big at the St. Lawrence River, because the St. Lawrence River is literally the best smallmouth river, literally in the nation. And that's a fact because I seen it on the New York news. And we weren't catching smallmouth at all at the deep spot. So my dad's kind of getting mad at me because I kind of wasted his time. But I'm like, we literally used everything. We used Yamamoto worm. We used crawfish, like fake one. We're artificial guys. We're not really that much live bait guys. We used spinner baits, which those aren't really good for small, but we were desperate to catch a fish. Swim baits. Swim baits? I missed one on that. But, yeah. We used everything. My mom got night crawlers, and I'm just trying to go after catfish. And I'm maybe thinking that you could catch a smallmouth, because maybe it's really hot out, first of all, in New York. So they're sluggish after spawning. They're sluggish for how hot it is. And they want a natural bait. They just want live bait, no artificial. And that's exactly what they wanted. So I cast it out right under the boat. And I just let it I'll let it sit. And then I used my swim bait. And I was just looking at it. All of a sudden, my rod, it's like tilted on the thing like this. And from all the pulling of the line that the fish pulled, it went like this. It like took my pull up. And then I'm just like, oh my God, this is big. I hooked onto it. And I'm like, oh, this is not that big. Because it was literally running straight up. And I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't even come up with it. And then it just jumps out of the air. I'm like, my dad he's like, you don't have one. You probably have a little guppy. Because I was catching all guppies. And he's like, oh my God. He runs to get the net. And this is a 5 to 7 pound smallmouth. It was definitely more than 5 pounds. It was huge. You guys probably won't believe me, but this smallmouth is big. and it jumps up. This is what smallmouth do. What they first do is they go up, and then they go down, and then they just dig and dig and dig. They do not stop fighting. They dig until they break off or we got them good. And it just snapped me off when it went down. I threw my pole down, and I just sat down. I was like this, and then I eventually got over it. A day later, and then my brother came, and then he went and he did fish all week because he wasn't catching anything, and I wasn't either. And when he heard that story, he's like, oh my God. He's like, oh, I don't believe you, but he really did believe me, but he just didn't want to admit it because he's a jerk to me. And we go out, I went out with my brother and my grandpa and my gram, and we weren't catching crap with I told the night crawlers I caught the smallmouth on, which is embarrassing, but that's what they're fishing, that's what they're using. And my brother hooks onto a smallmouth. He's like, oh, these actually do work. And it was only like a 3-pound smallmouth. You probably think that's big for a smallmouth, but the St. Lawrence River, it is literally the best smallmouth. We never caught one less than 3 pounds. They're huge. And then I hooked onto one. This is probably my PB. It was 4.4. 4.4. It was a pretty nice smallmouth. I can't pop it up because all the images that I put on iMovie, they shrink and they expand. And you can literally only see my face. And I do not want that. You don't want to see my ugly face. And then I put it back, and my brother was like, oh, that's a big one. There's no way I'm going to catch a bigger one. I was so happy because I wasn't happy at all because I was still mad that I missed that big smallmouth. I was actually more mad because I just wanted that smallmouth. That was a mounter fish. And put it back. 5 minutes later, my brother hooks up. He's like, no, it's just a small one. And then it starts digging and digging. I'm like, and then lands. My brother's like, oh my God, it's big. And it, like, the pole's like bobbing his hand up and down, like it's big. And then my grandpa gets a net, which I wanted to net it because I'm the netter. And I netted my brother's largemouth, and he got that mounted too. And he got it. It is a 5.5 pound smallmouth bass. Like that's a hog. That's a ginormous fish. And I looked, I'm like, Landon, that's my brother's name. Is there a hook in his mouth? And he's like, no. If I had a hook in his mouth, I would have stole that fish from him. But he got that. He's gonna get the fish mounted. We measured it. Take a picture of it. We measured the girth by the length. I don't like keeping them. I know you spend extra money by not doing that, but you don't want to keep one of those big smallmouth because they could produce way bigger fish the way how they're big. Bigger fish create bigger offspring. Facts by Mason. That hurt me. Like, I'm happy for him, but I'm not because I always wanted him out to fish. He already has a mounted largie, which is only literally like a 4-pounder, and I caught a 6-pounder. I already have that 6-pound largie on my fish brain. So go check that 6-pounder out. Pennsylvania is not known for big fish, but I caught that 6-pounder. I'm never gonna top that. And what else? There's something else that happened, but I just have a huge brain fart. Oh, we almost lost my grandpa's dog in a Walmart parking lot. Okay, let's just move on. this is the day we're leaving, and we go to, or no, this is what I was going to talk to you guys about. So, this is the last full day. This is the day that my brother caught the smallmouth. And I was literally just done by this point. I put the anchor down, and then we have it there. Fished it. We're fishing. Done. Pull up the anchor. Well, I'm like, Dad, this is stuck. He's like, put some muscle into it. I'm like, Dad, we're stuck. And he's like, oh, just get out of my way. He starts pulling on it. I'm like, oh my God, we are stuck. But he's a beefcake, and he pulled it up. And you're probably like, Mason, oh, you could just take the log off, or stick off, or rope off, or anything like that. But no, we managed to get stuck on a power line. Yeah, exactly. They put power lines underwater at Thousand Islands. And my dad pulled the power line up to the boat. It hit the boat. There's a log stuck to it. There's a power line that goes to the houses. We had to cut the rope, and I was pretty much done by that point, but that was the day that happened. I was done. I didn't want to fish anymore. But that was the day that my brother caught the big one, which I went with them because I thought I was gonna catch a big one, but I didn't. But I did catch. I'm a king of catching off-species fish, but I'm not a king at catching bass. Only largemouth. I'm only good at largies. I love smallmouth. They're my favorite bass. But I'm gonna stop yippee-yapping around. And last story, we're leaving, and then we're literally ready to go. And my grandma opens the door to bring her bag out. And a bird flies in the freaking cabin. And there's literally the cleaning lady that's cleaning the house, already parked. So it wasn't that bad. I was just laughing at that point. My brother grabbed the hold of it, which I wanted to, but he grabbed the hold of it and he got that. But that's pretty much it. There's something that other happened, but I've totally forgot. But last 2 days were pretty darn good. It was pretty good, the fishing. And if you guys are fishing at the St. Lawrence right now, use night crawlers if you're going for smallmouth bass. Go out deep. Don't go to those weeds. You go deep and find rocks, and you don't even, wherever rocks are and it's deep, the guppies are there. You don't have to really find the guppies. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. I'm sorry that I didn't get content. Oh, and this is another thing that happened. I was gonna do a catch and cook because nothing was working. No fish were biting, and yeah, I tried to do a catch and cook. But guess how much inches you need to catch a bluegill to eat it as? I'm waiting. Guess how much? 10 inches. You know how big a 10-inch bluegill is? A 10-inch bluegill is maybe to here. Like, that's a pretty darn big bluegill. Oh, by the way, do you guys like my stickers? Catch and go, catch and go, catch and go. And then you got your real tree symbol. And that's about it, folks. I'm peacing out, signing out. Thanks for the view. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, go to my Instagram. Peace.